Have you ever looked at a photo that someone posted on Instagram and thought to yourself, I wonder what else is going on that I can't see in that picture? Is their house always that clean? Or does she always have her makeup and hair done that good? And then you compare your life and say, maybe I'm not good enough because I'm lucky to get one room that clean. Or I only get ready once a week and I never even look that good. But then, of course, you realize that you can make people believe anything that you want them to about your life, depending on what you post in your picture. This is a form of impression management. Impression management is defined as the communication strategies that people use that influence how others view them. This can be done in a variety of ways, such as our appearance, gestures, language, etc., that we might use. So typically, we have a desired impression that we are trying to leave people with. A funny meme that I found gives a perfect example of this. Oh, you use Instagram? You must be a good photographer or good at hiding things. Which is true. We see a lot of this on social media. People create a desired impression by hiding real parts of their life and only showing their favorite parts. It can actually be a dangerous thing when people are always photoshopping or editing their pictures, because if they go missing, how are we going to know what they really look like? It can be dangerous. So my hope is to show you the impact that impression management can have. I've done a lot of research on this topic, and I've also had a lot of my own life experiences that I feel qualifies me better to be able to discuss it. So, to begin, I'm going to let you see a side of me that compares to an example of online impression management. Can you see the whole picture of my life by what I tell you? Let's find out. To start, I am 23 years old. I have been married for 4 years. My husband has a really good job, and it allows me to stay at home and be a mom to our 2 kids. We have a pretty nice car and a Jeep that we can take out in the hills so that we don't have to ruin our nice car. We were able to buy a home, and we love it. We live on a half an acre of land. Some things that I enjoy are baking, singing, and sports. Okay, so now let's stop there. From the impression that I've given you of my life, everything sounds pretty put together, and probably looks that way, but is it? Okay, so if the camera will back up just a little bit, you can notice a couple of things. One of them, I only put on this shirt to do the video. I would much prefer to be in my pajamas. I also have slippers and a puke bucket because I am 31 weeks pregnant and I've been really nauseous, and it has been probably one of the most horrible to date weeks of my life. You might be thinking, well, it doesn't seem that bad, but if the camera moves out more and turns, you can notice a little bit about my home. Where is it? Is it a real home? Oh no, it's a camp trailer. Yeah, so now let me tell you the story of why I am in a camp trailer. Just over a week ago, we found out that our dishwasher had been leaking, and we didn't know the extent of the damage, but once we pulled up the floor, we discovered that our entire kitchen was covered in black mold, and so we had to move out. So this is our home. And our kitchen has no cabinets, no floor, no subflooring, and the insulation is also ruined. So if you were to look inside my real house, you would see my fridge in my living room, my oven in my laundry room, and all the food out of all the cupboards scattered everywhere in between. So, now do you see the full picture a little better? The details that we give can change a whole story, and a lot of times those details are left out when it's on social media. So when I think of the impact that impression management has had in my life and that I've seen throughout my experiences, it's really powerful but hard to measure the extent of it. We see a tiny picture and we think their life is perfect. They have everything put together. And when we do this, I find that it only brings sadness, envy, stress. Comparison is the thief of joy. So in closing, my experiences taught me to be myself online as well as offline. Let people see me for who I really am. I also have to keep in mind that I can't ever see the full picture of someone else's life. So I can't just assume that they have it all together, because I think really none of us do. I thought that I had our fridge fixed in our trailer because it was freezing our milk, and my kids started saying, "Mom, what's in my cereal?" And I said, "It's just ice. Eat it." And then my husband said, "Oh, I accidentally turned it off." So we may still have frozen milk, and we might not get into our house by Christmas or by the time that I have this baby. But I'm not going to let the impression management techniques that other people use take away my joy and ruin my positive self-image of myself. I may be living in a trailer, but I can be happy, and it doesn't have to ruin everything for me. So be real. Let people see you unedited for who you really are. Because if you go missing, you need to be found. And we really can't find people that look totally different than who they really are. So, that's all.